what's up everybody? Hope you're having a good week. So, there has been an announcement for a new show that's going to be added to the DC streaming service that is supposed to come out this year. Of course, we already know about Titans. There's going to be a Harley Quinn animated show, a Young Justice, I think that's what it's called, or what's it called? We'll see right now in this article. I forgot what it's called. Something like that. She always wants to start screaming when I record, I think for attention. But this new show is going to be a pre-Superman show. It's going to be called Metropolis. And I guess it's going to explore, it's going to follow Lois Lane and Lex Luthor as they kind of like investigate the weird stuff going on in Metropolis before a Superman exists in Metropolis. So, I mean, I'm going to read the release like description for it. But it doesn't, keep in mind, it doesn't mention anything about a Clark Kent. So maybe they don't want to give that away, you know, before the show comes out. So let's go ahead and read it to get a more in-depth idea of what to expect from the show. Okay. Warner Brothers Television and DC Entertainment today, which was yesterday, the 30th, announced that Gotham executive producers John Stevens and Danny Cannon will explore the world of Metropolis in an all-new live-action drama series to air exclusively on the upcoming DC-branded direct-to-consumer digital service operated by Warner Brothers Digital Networks. Metropolis has received a direct-to-series order for a first season of 13 episodes and will go into production later this year for a debut on the service in 2019. So the service comes out this year, 2018, but that show, Metropolis, is not scheduled to be on the service until 2019. So it's going into production later this year. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to mention too. It's the producers of Gotham, which Gotham is a pre-Batman show, which of course now Bruce is kind of getting into his little like mini Batman role, but you know what I mean. He's not a full-fledged grown man Batman. So there's some more information. Set in the wondrous and awe-inspiring city of tomorrow, before the arrival of Superman, Metropolis follows Lois Lane and Lex Luthor as they investigate the world of fringe science and expose the city's dark and bizarre secrets. So John Stevens and Danny Cannon are the executive producers of Metropolis. Danny Cannon will direct the first episode from a teleplay by John Stevens with story by Cannon and Stevens. Based on characters created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, published by DC, Metropolis is produced by Warner Bros. Television. Okay. So, the order for Metropolis marks the fourth announced series for the new DC digital service, which will deliver an immersive experience designed just for DC fans. Additional programs will include Warner Brothers Television's live-action drama Titans, as well as Warner Brothers Animation's Harley Quinn and Young Justice Outsiders. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to remember, Outsiders. So, yeah. We're going to follow Lois Lane and Lex Luthor in Metropolis before Superman exists in Metropolis. But like I said, it doesn't really mention a Clark Kent character. And so my husband, he saw this and he was like, this sounds just like Smallville. But I think it'll be different because, well, first of all, it's called Metropolis. And Smallville, I mean, Smallville was like his origin story, right? He was a young Clark Kent. You know, he started out as a teenager, and then eventually by the end of the show, he was, you know, older. He was in his late 20s or whatever. But I think it'll be different if it's following Lois Lane and Lex Luthor. Yes, Lex Luthor was on like the entire show in Smallville. Lois Lane didn't come in for quite a while. You know, and I didn't really follow her. She started to become more of a regular character on the show as the seasons went on after she was introduced. So, you know, she started to have a bigger role in the show. But I didn't really follow her. The show wasn't about following her. And of course, Lex Luthor had a huge role in the show, Michael Rosenbaum. But I think it'll be different. I mean, I think they have to differentiate it somehow. This description didn't give us too much detail. It just gave us kind of a general overview of what they want the show to be about. But since Smallville was a very popular show, and in my opinion better than like the hero shows on TV now, and it ran for a long time, it ran for 10 seasons, and the seasons were long, so, you know, they have to differentiate it. Yes, there was their characters, there was their, you know, there's DC characters in a Warner Brothers show, but you don't want a repeat of the same show. I mean, especially if they're gonna have their own direct-to-consumer streaming service now, so their shows have to be unique. You know, you don't want to make a show that's just like the ones that are on other television networks. And like I've said before, when I've talked about Krypton, which has this really cool new official poster now, by the way. Since it's going to be on their streaming service, that should mean that they have more creative liberty. Yes, they're still under Warner Brothers, but they're not on a television network that's going to be for general audiences, and, you know, it says specifically for DC fans. So that should mean that they should have more creative liberties in terms of, oh no, wait, Krypton's on Sci-Fi. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking it's on streaming service. I've said that one about Titans. Talking about Superman prequel shows, I'm getting all confused over here. But Krypton does have a lot of creative liberty since it's uncharted territory. That's probably why I'm getting confused, because they've said that about Krypton, the producers. I'm sorry. Sorry for the confusion. Krypton is on Sci-Fi. It's not on the DC streaming service. Metropolis is on the DC streaming service. Will be. So 13 episodes is not bad for a first season. A lot of first seasons are like 8 episodes, but since it's their own streaming service, then I think maybe that's why they are probably going to give a little more. And they're probably expecting it to be a pretty popular show. Prequel shows are pretty interesting, or, you know, like coming of age types of stories. I'm excited to see who they pick for the cast for this show. That was my first thought when I read this last night. I want to know who they're going to pick for Lois Lane and Lex Luthor. I mean, I think having another series Lex Luthor, they're going to be under some pressure, because most people love Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor in Smallville. I did. I thought he was great. I thought he could be movie quality Lex Luthor. And I really liked Erica Durance as Lois Lane also. I liked her as Lois Lane. She was tough. She held her own. I liked her a lot. So I think they're going to have, you know, I think people are going to be more picky about maybe Lex Luthor. But, sorry. We'll see. We'll see what more details come out about it as far, you know, I'm sure everyone's going to be wondering, is there going to be a Clark Kent? Is there going to be a Superman eventually? Is there going to be, you know, they're going to have to reference all of that, because, like Clark Kent, because that's what they're investigating the weird stuff going on in Metropolis, which I'm sure has to do with Clark and Superman. You know, there's a meteor crash and all that stuff in Smallville. So, they have to somehow. Well, the meteor crash is in Smallville, but still, if there's weird stuff going on in Metropolis, then, you know. Well, okay. In Smallville, they had Smallville and Metropolis, like, right next to each other. We don't know if they'll do, I guess, I don't know if they'll do it like this in that show. They might. I mean, I don't see why not, but we'll see. So, anyway, I'm kind of just rambling, I know, but my just thinking about this show and what they're going to do with it. They have to have a Clark Kent eventually. I mean, they have to reference him. They have to have Easter eggs, something like that. Otherwise, people are not going to be as interested, in my opinion. Just like in the Krypton show, they have all these Superman things, you know, that they're going to have. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about for today. Check out the links in the description. Check out my customizable graphic tees, accessories, all that fun stuff in the link below on Spreadshirt. Colors, fun, designs, geeky designs, men, women, kids, cool accessories. So go ahead and check that out. I'd appreciate it. And thanks again, guys, for watching. We'll see you next time.